Some other things going on besides the COVID-19 situation. I don't know if you're aware of that, but U.S. women's soccer still fighting the battle to get equal pay. Good for them, because they only made $8 million more than the men did over the last several years, and they're pissed about it. So if they want equal pay, I guess they want a cut in pay. I mean, you remember that? The U.S. Tennis Association, Soccer Association, came out and said, yeah, we've paid the women more than we paid the men. Here it is. And they showed us the numbers. And sure enough, the women made more than men over the last several years. Anyway, they're still fighting this thing in court. And they just suffered a defeat when a judge ruled that they were not being unfairly paid in comparison to their male counterparts. The ruling was handed down by Judge R. Gary Klausner, and critics, of course, have claimed that female soccer players aren't paid as well as their male counterparts, but the judge disagreed. He said the WNT, women's national team, has been paid more on both a cumulative and an average per game basis than the MNT, the men's national team, over the class period. That's amazing. He allowed for a separate claim to proceed by female players, arguing that they're receiving disparate compensation in the form of travel, training, housing, and other proceeds. Well, you're making more money, and then you want... This is amazing. United States Soccer Federation showed that the female players were paid $8 million more in salaries and bonuses, despite the games of the male players. Get this. Despite the fact that the male players grossed much more game revenue. Of course they did. That happens in every single sport. Molly Levinson, who represents the female players, said they plan to appeal even the decision of the judge, even though they did make more money. We're shocked and disappointed, she said. We're not giving up our hard work for equal pay. Well, the judge should then rule that they get their pay cut by $8 million so that they're equal to the men. Wouldn't that surprise them? Surprise! We're going to make sure that you're equally paid. You got to give us $8 million back.
This is what equality looks like. Wow.
We are confident in our case and steadfast in our commitment to ensuring that girls and women who play this sport will not be valued as lesser just because of their gender. Even if they were paid less, it wouldn't be because of their gender. It would be because of the revenue received. You don't pay the same when you're bringing in less money. Right? I mean, does that not make sense? It'd be like the WNBA players making the same as NBA players. When the WNBA outperforms them, by $8 billion or something.
But, it won't be long if we get back to playing the games in empty arenas with the NBA, that the setting will at least be very similar to the typical WNBA game with the empty arenas, although this one will be by choice.
Yeah. Yeah, then it'll look like a WNBA game. So, that's a good point.
So we got equality right around the corner. If we could just get sports started, you'll see equality.
Is there any sport that people are interested in less than the WNBA? I don't know that there is. I think, even women's college basketball is paid attention to more than the WNBA.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm not joking when I say I would love to see the numbers. Somebody look this up for me. Don't make me do my job here. The rock skipping competition you watched over the weekend on ESPN, I bet had a larger audience than the WNBA gets on an average game.
It might have.
I want to see somebody find those Nielsen ratings for me, please, and tag me at Keith Malinak.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Rock skipping beats basketball, women's WNBA basketball.
Do you know anybody who would watch a WNBA game on ESPN? I don't know anybody who would watch that.
If it got me out of a North Korean prison, I'm not sure that I would agree to watch an entire WNBA game.
Yeah.